Hello my lovelies, Rob here again from Kickback Garage. I really need to make a start on stripping this 1961 TV175. Grab a coffee, send the intro. This is a bit of a house of horrors. This TV175 belongs to a friend of mine who lives at the other side of the country. And I really want to get this completely rebuilt and restored, up and running before the start of the season. And that is 3 months, 3 months' time. So I'm not sure how quick he can get it painted. He's actually going to dip them, the paintwork, the back panels and that. So that should be really good. But on inspection here, what I was first going to do with this was try and straighten out this terrible front mudguard. It's had a bit of a bash at the front here. And I wanted to do that while it was still in the frame. Now I started removing paint, and to my shock and horror, the only thing I've revealed is lots of filler and lots of really bad welds. The front edge here is completely gone. It is squashed at the front. I've tried to reshape it as good as I can. It doesn't look too bad, but there's so many splits, tears, welds and bumps around the edge here that I think I'm actually going to, I'm going to have to use a lot of time. Instead of using all that time on that, I'm simply going to use the front mudguard from my Series 2, I think. So I'll fit that up on here, make sure that fits, and then I will start with the stripping. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but it looks like it's the original paint on the frame. It's the yellow colour. I'm not sure what colour he's going to paint it actually yet, but we'll talk about that later. The original wiring loom is still in place, and that is manky, really manky. It also appears that the original cables are in place with the oilers on the front there. I will be removing those. We don't need oilers in these days with Teflon lined. I mean, if you want to go for the authentic look, no one will ever know about that by yourself unless you're going to put it in some sort of concours d'elegance or something like that. But this is a rider's machine, definitely a rider's machine. So it's a terrible rebuild done about 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. The owner has had it for 10 years and he has done nothing with it but ride it, which I think is a bit cool actually, to tell you the truth. But it does show serious signs of neglect. One thing as well, that is, if you're looking at buying a new scooter, that for me is a no-no. Painted fork bolts, this is going to be a nightmare to get apart. That just goes to show that the fork wasn't stripped before it's been repainted. But I don't think this whole scooter has been stripped while it's been repainted. Maybe the front mudguard and the leggies. The leggies are okay, actually. They're not too bad. I can live with those. I've stretched and bent them a little bit. I think they look pretty good. The only thing that I need to do with the leggies is the fact that he has had some sort of, the old fancy protection embellisher on the side of Series 2s that you can get hold of. That is dead, by the way, which is a shame. I quite like those. We've got a bit of terrible welding on the corner here. That's the normal place for the Series 2 to split. We've got massive hole in the rear footboard and the leg shields on both sides. The holes I can fix is pretty straight. So this is going to save me quite a bit of work. There's a few holes here. There's two there, one there, and one there that need welding up. I'm getting a bit good at that, so I'm not too worried about that. So that's good. I think I'm going to have to buy completely new floor runners. This is a nice collection of Series 3, a bit of DL, GP, and Series 2 end caps. So they're all going to go. I'm going to replace all the rubbers, all the shiny bits. The engine, this is a Mugello, or if, as they say in Italia, Mugello, and This has been super duper reliable, really. Because he can't screw, he does not take tools with him. As you can see, there's a lot of, I don't know, tape and stuff like that. So this is really manky. We're going to go for a full engine rebuild there, and we are going to be using a RT195. This time around, we're going to go for a Larry exhaust. I'm thinking he doesn't want in-your-face exhaust, but I have got that Avanti line around. Maybe we could use the Avanti, a 30mm PHPH, just to give it a little bit more woof. He likes a bit of speed, that lad. But yeah, he uses it most of the touring, and he doesn't mind the noise. Something really weird going on with the toolbox. The hinge has been bent out, so that's going to be quite a bit of work to get right. The locks and everything are all buggered. I'm not even sure if he's got keys. It's such a shame. The TV175 has got a special like half moon. The half moon is there, but the half moon is not working. When I take the lock out, I'm gonna have a look at that. Yeah. So what I want to do now is just like take it apart. I have to put my workbench down because this is standing very precarious. The stand completely knackered. Showing signs of wear and tear and abuse. So what I want to do is get it down to the bare bones, take off the panels, the bodywork, do a bit of welding, and then make a bit of a catalogue over parts that I need for this. And we're also going to go with the original type. I'm going to buy new ones. The TV175 skinny dampers. Hopefully we can get the links nickeled. They've been painted by something. Get those stripped and nickeled. That might take a bit of time. I'm going to buy some new skinny dampers. I'm going to send those off with the rest of the bodywork and the stand. Maybe a toolbox store if I can't fix that. I'll see how it goes. And hopefully get all that in the same colour as the fork. The body, yeah, whatever. Stop waffling. Get some work done, Rob. Get some work done, Rob. You're never going to do anything in this rate. Right, my lovelies, that's she's stripped. Oh, that lower bearing cup race fought me all the way. That was so difficult to remove. Probably the most difficult lower bearing race I've ever had to remove. Couple of good points, couple of bad points. The first off, I really need to tidy up this mess. The leg shield's not too bad. It's got the usual splits in the top here, top corners there, so I'll be able to weld that up. It's got the holes at the side, but otherwise I don't have to touch that. So yeah, some welding there, and that should be good. The mudguard, I got some good news actually. The bottom lip wasn't as bad as I feared. So what I'm thinking of doing is I obviously have to remove the paint on this thing, and I think I'm going to give it a go at repairing that edge. What I'll do, I'll fill in some strips with some strips of weld along these splits. There's quite a few, so it's gonna take a while to do this one. But I can save it. I can save it in here as well. So if I sort of tack it on the inside there, shape it on the outside, should be okay. Should be okay. So that's good. The toolbox is dead. All the fixing points are cracked off, and it's been jiggling around there, so they're really big. So that's a job I don't think I can tackle. So what I'm doing now is trying to put up, put down on paper what I need to buy that needs to be painted, And rims, the rear mudguard is absolutely shot. I'm not sure what's happened there. There's a big gaping hole in it. Footboard's not too bad. We've got the... let's have a look. It's been cut off at the end there. Not sure if I want to be bothered doing anything with that. I looked at both SIP and Scooter Centre. They haven't got any in stock. So might use this and might have to use this. What's been going on there? It's been bent up for some odd reason. I can repair this. There are quite a few holes. 1, 2, 3, 4 holes at the side that need fixing. That needs bending back into shape. Something about the original ones. There's a lot of heft in them. I do have right over there. I don't think if you can, I'm not sure you can see it, but right in the background there, I do have an original old, quite knackered footboard left hand side. But this bit here looks to be pretty much intact. And oi, don't break stuff. And it's after this cutout here, so I might actually be able to weld on a piece there. We'll see. How that goes, needs some time. So that's what I'm going to be doing next after I tidy up. And there's more holes in the back of this frame than in Swiss cheese. I think it's probably had about 100 different number plates on. And because it doesn't have a number plate holder, which it should have, that's something I'm going to write up as well. They've just been drilling holes in the back of the frame loop there. So there's about 10 holes on the back there that I have to weld up, but that's okay. I'm getting good at welding holes. The frame seems pretty straight, to tell you the truth. Let's have a look. Structurally, all the welds are still intact here, which is nice. The struts are quite straight. I have to bend that one a tiny bit at the end there, but the measurements are pretty even on this, so that's good news. The toolbox door, I'm not sure if I could be bothered faffing around with that. Problem being that this catch thingy has got ovalized holes, so that's going to be rattling around. I'm not sure what to do about that. I could sort of fabricate a new holder in there, but it's really hard to get in there to weld and tack. So I'll see what I do about that once I've washed it up and had a good look at it. And for some really, really idiotic reason, I have a hole here. I hope you can see it. In the loop there, here, where someone has thread a cable through. That is just so stupid. When it's only a couple of millimeters away from where the cable's supposed to go in. Oh, someone's been a right idiot. And this area here is bent out for some strange reason. So I'm going to have to straighten that. The biggest nightmare about this hole is it's going to be quite hard to get my piece of copper at the back there to fill that in. I think I'm going to have to leave that until the last weld I do, and then cut down my my copper. I bought some new copper. I'll show you. I bought these copper bits from a welding shop, which are really, really handy. That's like because copper, it does lead the electricity, so you can actually start in the middle here if you want when you welding up holes. The lump of brass that I had isn't effective as copper, and a nice thing about copper as well is that the weld won't stick to it. So you get quite a nice even surface on the back side of these. So what I'm thinking I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to use all of these to weld up the scooter completely. And I might have to cut off a strip to put it on the behind that hole there, because you've got the frame strengthening strut, or the strut that holds the loop to the frame is sort of in the way there, so I can't really get into it. So I'll see what I do there. The fork looks absolutely terrible. I was going to get him. I suggested that I should get him to re-sync these links, because obviously Series 2 TV2 links, they're their own kettle of fish, and you're not going to be buying these anytime soon. They're quite hard to find. But because I thought someone had painted them, but having a closer look at them, I think these will shine up quite nicely. They're just full of crap. I thought someone had painted them black, but now that I've got them up here, I can see them quite well. The bolts and everything have been painted, so these probably the original springs. So I'm going to have to strip this fork and buy all full new internals for this. I think I'm going to go for skinny dampers, so it looks good. And the 10% uprated BGM springs, I like those. New rods, obviously, new top hats. Yeah, so that's the job to do. Some other good news was that all the threads in the Horncast are fine. Wow, which must be a first for me. So that's really nice, not to have to faff around with that. And yeah, let me go. Let me crack on. Let me tidy this place up. It looks like a bomb has hit it. And when I've finished welding the frame up and the panels and all that sort of stuff, I'm going to put my BSA on the workbench. I'm looking forward to that because I've got loads of little jobs I need to do on there. So what was I going to say? I was going to, apart from the fact that I'm really tired, I used quite a long time on this. 6 hours to strip it. Normally I do it a bit quicker, but the stuff was fighting me, just like simple stuff. The rear mudguard was screwed in with normal flat screws, not the hex type ones. And obviously you can't get purchase on those with a screwdriver. There's just not enough room, so I had to do a bit of cutting and a bit of pedanting to get this thing apart. But I'm really pleased that I've managed to get it apart, and it's not as bad as I thought it would be. So don't forget, if you like this kind of stuff, do subscribe to the channel, give me the thumbs up, and if you want to support the channel, you can do so by buying merch on my spring site, or you can simply buy me a coffee. Don't forget, do the old thumbs up and subscribe. I've said that before, haven't I? Yeah, that's when it is. That's how it is when I get really tired. I babble even more than normal. Anyway, I love you all and leave you. See you in the next one. Ta-ra.
Messing around with these cameras, batteries going flat.
Markerte det med regn, alle sprang I lag og ville komme under tak. Ingen av oss merket at du hadde falt I frak, for valgte du å dra. Hvem I faen kunne se den komme, da høsten tok over, sa vi hadde bra til oss.